Okay, looks like it's 7 o'clock. I see Alma's also watching, but unable to access GroupMe at this time. Okay, JJ, perfect. And I have MJ. I believe that Eric was also unable to make it tonight. Just give him a call. Yes, he told me he was unable to make it, but it's okay. Most of them will be able to kind of see us through the video. Anybody want to send him a link? Eric, please send it to him directly. I don't know if he was able to join the GroupMe. The GroupMe is important, guys, only because it gives me feedback on what you guys are seeing, and you get to discuss. Also, another thing that the GroupMe is a place for you to ask me questions during the week, especially if you're about to do some kind of decision due to the course. This is a course idea that Eric kind of, called me about. I talked to him a lot about digital marketing. I taught him at Lone Star College. But overall, I'll explain the concept of what we're trying to do here, and everything with it. There's a few things more than anything has to do with this is a recording, of course, and the recording is mostly for the video that's going to be put out. That I'm hoping, since you're taking this digital course, you're going to put on your Facebook, put out there that this is a free webinar, and the more people that I have, I will definitely continue the course. Free course, absolutely, and this is why it's coming to you, and I'll explain to you guys why it is free more than anything. But I'm just now setting up the video so the way we could get right to this. And I'm going to wait a few more seconds just to see if anybody else shows up. And we'll get right to it. Right now, I'm just trying to mess with these settings. Okay, so I think that's it. That's going to be it. Okay. Perfect. All right. If you're out there on the GroupMe and you can watch me, which I think there's 4 of you right now, please communicate back and forward. Again, it's going to be a recording that will start soon. Terence was unable to make it. Okay, don't worry, they'll be able to see this video. However, I did tell Eric, for the actual discussion, for the live discussion, I need to increase it for me to continue the course. If there's not, like next week, if there's not about 8 of you, I'm not able to continue the course, because then what's the point of me doing this, right? I'm doing this complimentary, as long as you guys can increase the audience. And this is really this is part of marketing itself. But nice to meet you. I am Professor Puente. I do teach at Lone Star College marketing, and I've been hired on to teach at other colleges as well for next semester. And this is free for you, as long as you can help me promote the cause of digital marketing and come into this webinar. Okay, so I'll start the recording. And as we go to the recording, if you don't mind, everyone out there, everyone, JJ, MJ, and everybody else, please type in questions. Please, that really helps me. That absolutely helps me with the discussion. And if you have those questions, I'm able to answer them here. So as we go, comment. Since there's only so many of you, there's only about 4 of you. I absolutely need you guys to help me out in that part, because this is the recording that will go everywhere, that will convince others to join and continue. So the win-win here for everybody is that we have an audience, that we absolutely get an audience. So I'll start in 3, 2, 1. Hello, how you doing? This is Will Puente, and this is your free webinar on digital marketing. As we have here, this is the way I do things at Lone Star College, where I teach. I'm a professor there. But really what I'm doing is recording this webinar with a few help of the people that are watching me live on YouTube Live. So please put in your inputs, your comments on what we're trying to do. You'll see this recording. We'll pass it around, and hopefully we'll see you in the next webinar, which we'll speak about where it is and what is it about. This webinar is the first one of, I'm hoping, about 5 which will talk further about digital marketing. Digital marketing is something that is actually not that easy to find. There's a lot of information that's free about it, but very confusing. And secondly, the stuff that's good is expensive. Trust me, I know a lot about it. All right, so it's a guide. The guide is for fundamentals, so you can understand in the future how to use these tools. The one thing you need to understand is that what to buy is probably the most up I can give you. What to buy, because you could spend and spend and spend and it may not be helpful for you. Or you can actually use some of the free to very low cost marketing, which is my style, for you to get ahead in your business. Okay. But the first webinar is going to be about the why, not much about the what. It's just like any other course, right? You understand why digital marketing. So let me begin. Okay. And first of all, digital marketing. About me, I'm Will Puente. I have an MBA from the University of Houston, Victoria, and it's actually a concentration on marketing. My understanding of marketing then was very little to do with digital marketing. Digital marketing is very difficult to find in academia. It is getting there. Now, that doesn't mean the MBA didn't help me. It absolutely did open a lot of doors. But on the digital marketing field, it didn't at that moment. Now, when you go to college, you start to see a little more about it. But it's still not academic in nature. Why? Because it changes quickly. It is so fast. So academia can't really keep up with it. Another reason is because it's really a B2C concept. And you really learn in business school a lot of B2B. We learn how to make Halliburton income, not necessarily yourself. So in this case, welcome to this free education. And I hope this is a great focused mind B2C, business to consumer way for you to make income in your business. And I hope you can take this webinar as a good introductory model for you to get into deeper items. And as you go through the internet, see, well, I need this and I don't, depending on what you're trying to do. Okay. I also happen to be here, as you can see here, I happen to be a real estate broker. This is what I do. As a real estate broker, I quickly understood that it really is about your marketing. But brokers do it totally different than the way I do it. And believe it or not, I'll be able to explain why. Okay. But overall, let me see here. Before I begin every marketing class, every digital, and I've always said I need to do this, in highlighting a buddy of mine and a mentor of mine on digital marketing. Okay. And this guy would be Kian Arshmandi. Kian Arshmandi is actually an attorney. He's an immigration attorney. As you can see, a very young attorney. He's the owner of his firm. Now, as an attorney, 10 to 15, 20 years ago, that would be incredibly difficult to do. Why? Because he's supposed to graduate from law school and he's supposed to go and work under an attorney for a long, long, long time until that attorney is ready to retire. And then he takes his clients when he himself is mid-50s, maybe into the 60s, right? Well, he didn't do that. He went and built his own brand name immediately, thanks to digital marketing. Arshmandi Law is a digital marketing machine, and it has gotten him multiple cases, hundreds of cases in a 4-year time span. Cases that would otherwise be difficult to obtain the traditional marketing ways. So this is what this course is about. How to do it like Kian Arshmandi. And you have to think, okay, things have just happened recently. And it all begins with just, in my opinion, the iPhone. Being able to pick up an iPhone and search law immigration practices close to your area, as opposed to asking around, hey, do you guys know a good immigration attorney? And then someone telling you someone they work with maybe about 10, 20 years ago. Now you can just go online, find the person, look at the reviews, and go to their location. Or maybe just call, maybe not even go to the location. This affects the entire system. This is really important for you to understand because now the businesses have less to do with certain factors that it used to in the past. Let me continue explaining. Earlier marketing. Marketing in the early era was real simple. I, as a real estate broker, should tell you. It was about commercial real estate. As you can see here, I have a picture of the Galleria. Galleria is an expensive location. But why do you pay for it? Because there's so much traffic that goes through it. It absolutely brings a lot of crowds. That traffic equals more business for you because they just stumble upon your front door. You can see here a nice, beautiful signage of an attorney, a law office, right? Well, Keon didn't need that. Keon did not need commercial real estate, expensive commercial real estate in the Galleria area or in Kingwood Drive or in the major metropolitan areas because he is using digital marketing. Now, the marketing is getting away from physical location where you have to go meet somebody and just let me find you on the internet and let me see your reviews and let me see what you're about. And maybe I could just call you. And when I speak to you, I can get that service and value over the phone, as opposed to both of them having to get up and going somewhere. Or if they want to meet up, it'll just be for simple clarity. But the first contact can be done digitally, and that changes the entire game. Here's another picture of a billboard that easily costs in the thousands. If these attorneys would have to pay thousands of dollars to get leads, their service are going to be higher. They're going to be expensive. But nowadays, because of digital means, because of freebie marketing, because of low-cost marketing, it is much easier and much more competitive. It's all about how to use it for your advantage. Okay. And I said that this webinar will be more about the why, and I hope that kind of hit you. Right now, the people that are spending tons and tons on earlier marketing strategies may be wasting their time. Things have changed. And this is where academia, business schools are trying to catch up to, but things are going so fast. So now these small young attorneys are running circles around the big major groups. I mean, they used to get hundreds of cases. And the people that are still waiting in the line to kind of get leads may be wasting their time. This is important for you to understand because in real estate, for me, it absolutely happened. I didn't need to go wait for a broker to give me all their leads after a long time. I made my own. And as you can see, this is part of my system, Flat Fee by You, flatfeebyou.com. I use this keyword because it means a lot to investors. When you go to Google and you type in flat fee MLS listing, it shows up as an ad. My ad right now, tonight at 8 p.m. on the Thursday, is turned off, specifically because that's not necessarily when I see people ordering. These ads are on, so I've actually adjusted. All these little tactics help. You're probably asking yourself, what is flat fee MLS listing? How is that even a real estate term? That is a term only understood by real estate investors. If you know flat fee MLS listing, you're a real estate investor. Coincidentally, that is who I'm trying to get. And it's perfect because if it's pay per click, I'm only reaching my absolute crowd. And they're going here and they can make their order. Everything on this website has been strategically done to pick up an order so I can continue on to the next step. Funneling. Absolutely. So with that said, we can keep going. Okay.